Hi, Ella, and the staff members of Elevate. I'm Irene Jones. Today's presentation, I will be presenting on Ancova and analyzing the data provided that will help aid in you guys' organizational success. Moving to this next slide here. What is Ancova? It consists of, as listed here on the screen here, it consists of at least one categorical independent variable and at least one integral-natured independent variable. The categorical independent variable is termed as a factor, whereas the integral-natured independent variable is termed as a covariate. The task of the covariate is analysis of covariance is to remove the extra variation from the dependent variable. This technique is appropriate when the metric independent variable is linearly associated with the dependent variable and not to the other factors. It is simply based on certain assumptions, which are there is some relationship between dependent and uncontrolled variable. The relationship is linear and is identical from one group to another. Various treatment groups are picked up at random from different population. In these next few slides, you will see where I kind of conducted a series of tested assumptions I use in the SPS system I introduced in the last report. Listed here, first conducted, just pulling from the last report, a two-way ANOVA was conducted that examined the effect of gender and staff member type and the impact it has on pre-training performance evaluation scores. Excuse me, as you see listed here, in staff type, the SIG value was less than 0.05, which means rejection of null hypothesis. So staff member type has significant effect on the pre-training scores. Gender also has a SIG value that is less than 0.05. So in that case as well, it's a rejection of the null hypothesis. Gender type also has a significant effect on the pre-training scores. Moving to the next slide here. So here you will see I tested the ANOVA pre-training scores, which is the dependent variable, by staff type and gender, with experience, with staff years of experience being the covariant or the confounding variable. Shown here, you will see experience level, staff type, and gender shows less than 0.05, which means rejection of a null hypothesis. So all three has a significant effect. So in these next few slides, I decided to break down or split up the independent variables / the fixed factors, which is gender and staff type, and ran it against the dependent variable, which is the pre-training scores, and the confounding variable, which is the years or level of experience. As you see listed here, from this test assumption, shown here, gender SIG value is 0.277, which is greater than 0.05. So from that, you can see that there was no statistically significant difference in the mean on the impact the pre-training performance evaluation scores between males and females. However, there was a significant difference between the effects of staff member years of experience on performance. SIG value was less than 0.05. It was 0.028, which means a rejection of the null hypothesis, and the years of experience is showing to have a significant effect on the pre-training scores. Next slide here. In this slide is tested by the dependent pre-training, and then as I stated, I split it up with the independent, which is, in this case, we're using the staff type. In this slide, staff type pretty much is the same in all test theories as being less than 0.05, with a rejection with the rejection null hypothesis and being significant. It also shows staff years of experience being less than 0.05 and being a significant. So from all the test theories and pretty much all varies being somewhat of a significance to the pre-training scores. So as I discussed in my previous report when we did the two-way ANOVA, let's continue to bridge that gap. A highly motivated team of employees who are happy with their jobs and the recognition that they get from it are more likely to get along and work as a team. To help you guys improve the organizational development and bridging that gap between employee, staff, type of performance, as I said, I suggested multiple things, which was building that communication, enabling you guys to take decisions, and just simply developing their trust. So next step for continued success. So to add to the previous things that I mentioned before, this is one of the things I should have suggested first. Building that solid foundation should have been one of the first things I've suggested. The key to a successful transition is to start building a solid foundation right from the start. Try to work towards implementing clear systems that someone else would be able to seamlessly step into and follow. Second here, prepare the team. I believe that that it's important to have employees and management who are just invested in long-term vision as you are. Having a solid supporting team in place can help to make the transition process much easier to everyone involved. Third one here, don't be afraid to grow. This is so important in any organizational success. To sustain growth, you must have that mindset of embracing risk as your best friend, right? The moment that employees are not encouraged to share their ideas, it becomes difficult to take ownership of the needs of the business. Last year, which is really much sums it all, plan for the future. That's very important. You have to plan, look ahead of things. So just to end it here, driving sustainable growth can never happen alone. It not only demands a strong team, but collaborative departments slash business units that together make up a strong ecosystem with the right intellectual capital. I thank you for listening to my presentation today. I hope that this added some value and can be beneficial. I thank you. Here's my references. Thank you.